All right, welcome back to a Pyware tutorial. Today we're talking about the clinic menu and some of these analyzers that can help you. And the analyzers are really nice to look over your drill maybe before you send it off, before you present it to a client, because they analyze and they look at things like stride and collision and continuity, direction. If there's a lot of everyone moves this way and then moves that way, it'll kind of show you, hey, that might be a little challenging. So I wanted to show you just maybe one of my drills from a drill from last fall, and just go through some of these analyzers and just show you how you can use it to present it to your client. So it's pretty fancy how it works. There's stride up here in the menu, the top clinic. There's a stride analyzer, which will kind of show you if there's a page with very large step size changes. A collision analyzer, if kids are running into each other, that sort of thing. Continuity, which I believe just has to do with interval and that sort of thing. Direction, so your momentum and kind of going this way and then that way if there's big changes. And then an off step grid analyzer, so how much of your drill is off the grid. And then there's some settings here as well that you can have things open. It can show as you write, this sort of thing. So the settings are at the bottom. So let's just take a look at them real quick. The first one is the stride analyzer. Stride analyzer will go over your drill and then look at moments and give you kind of a graph at where there are some large strides. So, and the cool part about it is you can I picked up my camera. Cool part is you can watch them by just clicking on them. So click on the spot and it highlights that page, and then you can watch that in your thing. So obviously this page here has a, when I clicked on it, it shows that the character that's in the middle, the Wicked Witch, if you will, is on a bike and riding around. And so that's okay with me because I know that performer and that action is going to be choreographed eventually to come down and to come around into there. So nobody else is affected. You can see that it is affected because you can see the yellow triangles around the performer that's going to have the large strides. Again, later on, there's some more color guard that kind of rotate around and flutter off to the front. And you can see that for this one, they kind of make their way down and leaving two performers in the center as the band kind of restages. Everything else was pretty good in this drill. There was a spot here where there's a voiceover moment and all the kids run to the center of the field, and then the Wicked Witch walks down the 50. Then there was a spot here at the end with these two color guard members that have very large step sizes, and just to make sure that you're checking your drill and that what you intended for the people to perform is true. So take a moment when you're done with the drill, do a stride analysis, and just say, oh yeah, that is big, because you may just find a couple things that you could change easily that could make it really easy on a performer. Okay, let's go on to the next one, clinic collision analyzer. So this is where if there's people that come close or pass through. In this case, it's saying the person on the bike. You can see some collisions here, getting close to each other. And if you put in your directions that to take a curve path and to come around and keep the interval open, those are all things that you would want to do, or maybe you could animate differently so that the client will be able to do that. There's some stuff here at the end where I have a recycle move where they all come really close to each other. Watch when I play this one. So every time they come close, it's making my analyzer go off there because they kind of recycle back through because there's a 3-step spacing there. It's pretty tight spacing. The kids will be able to do it. So I could either change it or enhance it. If I wanted to, I could make it wider depending on how I get into this. But I just thought I'd show you the collision analyzer, continuity analyzer. Looks like there's only one spot here that showed up, and I'm pretty sure it's just this color guard person kind of running around the edge to their spot. So just watching that, that person has a curved path. You make sure to mark it. Let the directors know, the people teaching, that they're supposed to curve around, and it's all supposed to be more organic and not so straight path. The next one is direction analyzer. So in this case, I don't have any really spots where my performers are changing direction, radically. It looks like things flow pretty well. And so that's what the analyzer is picking up. So that's a good thing. It means it's not going to be terribly difficult on the performers direction change wise, which is nice. And then the final one, of course, is off-step grid analyzer, which I'm going to get a lot of these, probably on every single page. I've got most people off the grid because a lot of my stuff is curvilinear, and I make sure to check my intervals and make sure my intervals are good, and I work real hard at that. But at the end of the day, if it's not on the grid, it's fine with me and my clients. But if I do have a client that says they want everything on the grid, then of course I work hard to do that. You can see the flat lines here are when there are moments on the grid. But these analyzers are nice little things to use to check a drill before you deliver it to the client.
Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like these Pyware videos.